Well, it's time to head from Asheville to Nashville, but first we have a very important stop to make because a couple of months ago we had to cancel our Pigeon Forge and Great Smoky Mountain National Park trip because of our truck saga. We decided to do a single day trip before we leave town so we can see the south end of the park. And then as we head towards Nashville, we were able to stay overnight in Pigeon Forge one night and briefly see Pigeon Forge and see Cades Cove. Welcome to the start of contract number 9.
Riding on the dizzying heights. Riding on the dizzying heights.
Off to Smoky Mountain National Park this morning, but we're off to a sad start because we can't take Cinder. I'm sorry, Cinder. I know you want to go. Look, we even got your Bark Ranger bandana on for you this morning and everything. I'm so sorry Smoky Mountain won't let you come with us. I hope the park is really, really cool because right now I'm heartbroken because my dog can't come with us. So she's gonna stay here today. Even though it's cool outside, we are going to leave the AC running just in case.
Good job. All right, here, lose this for a second. We are out here at Smoky Mountain National Park. We are working on the Junior Ranger badge, and because, you know, of the virus and all that stuff, we're not doing Ranger Talks, which is required for every age group. So we're doing a scavenger hunt out here on this cool farm right now. So yeah, getting around, looking things. It's a beautiful day.
Yes.
A lot of people, a lot more people than I thought there would be.
Too many people.
Well,
yeah.
It's a lot of people.
Here's a little tip if you're bringing youngsters with you to any Junior Ranger program. I always bring clipboards and pencils because sometimes the books are hard to write on, and especially like an activity like this, it's a little tiny piece of paper. So I always have in my backpack clipboards and pencils because homeschool anywhere, right? What was that, Ethan? A bugle. You heard bugles? Did you get any of those bugles on video?
I don't know.
They're so loud they sound like screaming children.
Yeah, they do sound a little bit like screaming children. Musical tone. This is one of the many picnic areas in the Great Smoky Mountain National Park. It's very pretty right now. Not so many people out here. The visitor center was packed.
So far, this hasn't been the greatest national park experience.
It's not the worst. The worst was Shenandoah. But this isn't too far.
In a lot of ways, this reminds me of Shenandoah, honestly. It is really packed today. It is a Wednesday in the middle of the week. We chose this day because we figured we had a better chance of missing the crowds. We're on our way to Clingmans Dome.
It's like all of
it's the picture.
Hills.
It's the Instagram picture that we want. But you know what? This is a lot of traffic.
It feels more touristy than it should.
Yeah.
It feels for a national park. It feels more touristy than it should.
Yeah.
And I know that sounds funny because national parks are tourist destinations. It's just...
This is a lot of people.
I don't know. There's a lot more people here.
I don't know.
For the middle of the day and the traffic and...
I gotta be honest, it dampers the mood a lot. Because we don't really want, especially with COVID, we don't really want to be around a ton of crowds. And we enjoy nature, and this is not really nature.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's funny because a lot of people in town told us like, well, you're basically in the Smokies. Like, it looks the same. And I'm like, yeah, whatever. It's probably way cool there. And so I built it up way in my head. It is really pretty, but we've seen the same scenery.
Yeah, I
from
mean,
the
honestly,
parkway.
the Blue Ridge Parkway is just as beautiful as this is.
We didn't know that it was the absolute most visited park, with actually almost 3 times more visitors than Yellowstone. And Yellowstone was very crowded when we visited there. Pigeon Forge! We're here at Clingmans Dome, Overlook. This is like the iconic place if you come to Smoky Mountain National Park, Great Smoky Mountain National Park. You can actually see all the way to Gatlinburg and Pigeon Forge, which is really cool. You can see where the line goes, splitting North Carolina and Tennessee, which is also really neat. However, it is so crowded and so busy here. I don't even know when to tell you to come because it's Wednesday during the day. So I don't know. It was cool. I think it was worth it, but you have to work for your view. It is a very steep uphill walk, although it is paved. So I think everyone up here, like if we weren't in COVID, everyone just deserves a high five for making it up here.
There's the AT right there,
Yes,
too.
and the AT crosses through.
Yep, this is part of it. This little part right there, and then it goes down.
Yeah.
Cool.
I feel an obligation to cheer everyone on as they go up because I kid you not, it is a very steep incline. Was it worth the crowd? I don't know, yeah, I think so. It was really cool. We're glad we saw it. This concludes, I think, probably our southern half of the park tour. And then we're going to catch back up with the northern part when we head to Gatlinburg and Pigeon Forge in a couple of weeks. We are cleaning out the rig today, packing it up, heading to contract number 9 in Nashville for 6 weeks. But first, we have to undo all the things that we have spread out over the last 2 months here in the same RV park. So, quite a feat. Bye, Hendo! Hendersonville! In Nashville!
In Nashville.
Before we leave town, I gotta drop off my ballot. I was so nervous that we were not gonna get our ballots here in North Carolina, so glad that it came in on the day that I went and closed out my box.
Riding on the dizzying heights.
To drive to Cades Cove, just turn right. If we've already been to Cades Cove and we're now driving back towards Sugarlands Visitor Center, Gatlinburg, and Newfound Gap Road, then we'll turn left.
Today we are out exploring Cades Cove in the Great Smoky Mountain National Park. And it's funny because I always thought of a cove as like a water thing, you know, like lakes or ocean or whatever. But in this instance, a cove is a valley of rich soil surrounded by mountains and trees. And so Cades Cove is like one of the most popular places you can visit at the Smoky Mountain National Park, aside from Clingmans Dome, of course, which we've already visited.
Yes.
So today we're checking out Cades Cove. It
And
is
we
quite
just went
busy.
to a cabin
Yeah,
way back there.
yes,
Pretty fun.
it is pretty cool. Due to COVID, we are not able to complete our junior ranger here at Cades Cove, which was the whole point of coming. I mean, of course, to see Cades Cove also, but we really wanted to finish up the junior ranger books. Now we have to see if perhaps there's a ranger at the campground, and if not, we will have to drive an hour in the other direction to Sugarlands or mail it in. I don't know, we'll see. Seems like maybe we should have chosen Sugarlands instead today.
Dizzying heights. Oh, I'm standing on the dizzying heights. Oh, we're standing on the dizzying heights. Oh, we're standing on the dizzying heights. Standing on the dizzying heights.
I'll do all I can to learn about and protect
Great Smoky Mountains
Great Smoky Mountains
National Park.
National Park.
Let me see your badge.
The kids sign their junior ranger certificates that they just got along with their badges. We think it would be important to mention that while we are here at Cades Cove Park, part of the park, there is a visitor center in Cades Cove, but they are no longer doing the junior ranger stuff there. We got lucky and were able to come back to the campground check-in where there are rangers, and they were able to swear the kids in and do that there. So if you're out there working on a junior ranger program, make sure that you don't go to the visitor center in Cades Cove expecting that. Sometimes you can get it here at the check-in for the campground, but not always. However, there's something else. If you do it here and you take it across the street, you get free ice cream. So there we go. All right, so what do you got an ice cream for?
Getting our junior ranger badge.
Let me see those junior ranger badges you got pinned on. I can see the certificate. Let me see the badge. There you go. There it is, little miss. What kind of ice cream did you get, Bubs?
Swirl.
What about you,
Swirl.
Chloe? Everybody got swirls, huh? You know what Dad got? Nothing.
Although this park was extremely crowded and we did not get to give it our full attention as we were there for such a short time, we're glad we didn't miss this on our way out of Asheville.
There's no going back, no going back. There's no going back to your old life. Not living in the past, we're over that. I'm feeling it tonight, riding on the dizzying high.